Welcome to the only place where real, raw, and vulnerable conversations happen with IFBB bikini pros to give you an inside look at their struggles, strategies, mindset, passions, and all of life beyond the stage. This podcast is made to inspire, motivate, and remind competitors and the average gym goer that even the most extreme lifestyles and elite athletes have their ups and downs. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm your host, Celeste Rains-Turk, and now it's time for the Confessions of a Bikini Pro podcast. Today's podcast is a audio and video episode. So if you guys want to watch us chat, you can do that on YouTube at celestial_fit. This competitor we have on today moved to the US a year ago to realize and live her dream of being a pro athlete after years of training, as well as a history of athletics within soccer. She began competing last year and received her national qualification at her first show before going on to compete in 2 national shows in 2022, then coming back for a strong first place finish and her pro card this year at Junior Nationals. She also just made her pro debut at Patriots Challenge, where she placed in the top 10, which is a huge deal and huge accomplishment. Not only that, but she also offers online coaching and posing classes. I am really looking forward to learning more about this amazing athlete. So welcome to the show, Viviana Salazar. How are you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm awesome. So happy you're here and we get to chat today.
So happy too.
Thank you. Your willingness to be open when we got connected on Instagram and just sharing part of your story with me. I was so excited that we could have you on. And I always like to start these podcast episodes by asking if there's anything you do or think about right before your heel hits the stage.
Oh, it's something that I'm still learning, every time I step on stage for the shows that I've done, it's so different. Like the first show that I did, it was Patriots actually. But as an amateur, I was I didn't know what to expect. I just moved to a new place. Everything was new. I didn't know anyone, but I wanted to compete for years now. So I was just am I gonna like it? Am I gonna be good? How's this gonna be? What's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually thought it was super cool that you made your pro debut at the same show that you first
I know.
stepped on stage at. How is that feeling to come back as a pro?
I know. That's why I chose that show, because I was this was my first show ever a year ago, and now I'm doing it with my goal accomplished. I did it. So, and I was backstage watching all the girls, and I was I was one of them last year, and now I'm here. Everything I dreamed about, it's now I'm doing it. Wow. It was just it made me feel so good. Even though I was so nervous about everything, because it was a whole new thing. It's so different, but I was so happy. Even though I didn't place as I was expecting, of course, and everything, I was so happy to do that show.
Yeah, it had a sentimental value to you.
It was something sentimental, yeah, more than anything.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool thing as a competitor. There's certain shows that I did, specifically Iron Games and Legends Classic with Muscle Contest, that I'm once I'm a pro, I'm gonna go back to those shows.
Yeah.
It feels good.
You have yeah.
It has a special place in your heart. You're okay,
in your heart, yeah.
I want to go back and do this. And for you, you came from Mexico, you started this new journey. You had it in your heart that you wanted to compete. You wanted to go far in the sport. But to hear you say, you came and you're I don't know what to expect. Am I even going to be good? That must have been a huge leap of faith to move here to pursue that dream, not even knowing.
I was so scared when I first moved here. I was I've dreamed about it for years, but I never thought that it was gonna come eventually like coming. So when I was here, I was like, okay, now I'm here. What's next? Like, and I felt like I was so scared. Like, am I gonna like it? Like, I've dreamed about this like forever, but now I'm here, and it doesn't like it doesn't feel like it's true. Like, I'm here about like I've dreamed about this. Like, so I was just scared I was not gonna like it, and I'm well, like, of course I like it. I'm still here, but I was like, I thought about it so many times that I don't know. It was just like it was my dream coming true after so many years of wanting to come here.
Yeah. What was it that made you want to do bodybuilding?
I've always loved like just sports, everything. I started playing soccer when I was like really young, and I used to play soccer and I danced, and I danced my whole life too. I was not good, but I did it anyway. And when I was like 15 or 16, I went to this school in Florida, IMG, to play soccer. And I went there and and we actually like we started training like gym, and I loved it. Even though like it wasn't the main focus, like it wasn't, but I was every time we went to the gym, I was like, wow, like we have gym session today. Like I love it. So I started like into it. And when I came back from IMG, like home, no one played soccer anymore. So I couldn't keep going. So I was like, okay, so like I need something. I need something to like keep going. So I started the gym and I loved it. Like I loved it and I kept going. And like eventually after some years I got into bodybuilding. But honestly, like it's really different in Mexico. You don't have as many like yes, you can do it and yes, you have opportunities and everything, but here like you have a show every weekend. You have everything. And everyone supports you, like everyone's willing to like help and like wow, you look so nice and wow, you look so good. And in Mexico, it's like honestly, like you go to the gym and it's like, who's that? Like, you know?
Mm.
So
Hmm.
that kind of made me feel like so like, am I doing something wrong?
Hmm.
Am I doing like things I felt like judged in a
Yeah.
way? Um, so I was scared to do it
Yeah.
back home. Right now, it's like I've changed my mentality and I would like to compete back home just because it's home, you know? But when I first started into the whole bodybuilding thing, I was like, no, like I can't do it because I feel judged, and this is not something you want to do when you feel that way. And yeah, so that's something I've learned over time, you know, like it's my thing and it's my journey, not them, like theirs. Like it's mine. So I I would like to compete back home. And like, okay, like this is what I've worked for like my whole life and now I'm here. So like I'm here.
Yes, and you will own it and be like, I made it happen and I worked for that dream. And you bring up such a great point about environment, really, like who you surround yourself with, what kind of energy is around you. How did you know that moving to LA and being in that culture was actually going to be beneficial for you?
Honestly, I didn't. Like I
Wow.
came here and I knew like two people, no
Wow.
one else. But I just felt like something inside me, like you have to like, and it was not just about LA. I needed to move like for me, you know, because I needed that. Like I needed to like grow my like, you know, like expand my journey. Like I needed to learn more about myself, about everyone else, about the world. Like I needed to learn to do things by my own.
Yeah.
Life here is like so different. than back home. So it was just the whole thing, not just bodybuilding, about like moving that made me want to like I need a purpose, like
Mm.
something that pushes me to like do more that I'm doing here.
Absolutely. And how have you found being around other people in the gym and in this area who are saying you look great and you should go for it and uplifting you? How have you found that being impactful or important in your journey?
Well, it's been everything, honestly. Like just feels so good to go to the gym and like seeing like everyone's like doing the same thing as you, and you like you keep them going and they keep them you
Mhm.
like like, oh, like I'm feeling down today, like don't, like come on, let's go. And, like you do the same for them. So it's like really like you really feel like you're helping someone, like, and you actually like have an impact on someone's life. Like wow, like she saw me and like she came with me to just tell me like, hey, you look good. Like wow, like thank you.
Absolutely. I think that the gym environment can be so beautiful and uplifting. And this is a small community. Like to be able to support each other and build each other up is very important. I think, especially in this industry, because we're all working so hard and no one's success takes away from another's success. If anything, it
Yeah,
helps drive each other.
more. Yeah,
Exactly. So that's so
yes.
awesome that you came here after being in an environment that wasn't as supported. You came in, you had a lot more of a supportive environment, and you realized your dreams. And we got to visit a fly in it.
Yeah.
And when I think about like your journey here, like I think how you had to prepare to actually live in a new country. You only knew two people. You were pursuing this dream. What kinds of things did you have to have in place in order to pursue your dream as a pro athlete in this sport in America? Like, what did you have to set up for yourself to be successful?
Um, in what way? Like,
Like, did you find a place before you came? Did you have a job
yes,
out
I came.
here?
I found a place before coming because I didn't want to come here and get here, and plus everything I was going through in that moment, like also like having to find a place, and what if I like can't find anything that like it's like close to the gym and matches like my everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, before coming here, I had something. Um, I had everything planned, everything. I'm those kind of people like has like everything planned to the T. If not, like I just don't feel like I can do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I had everything planned.
That's awesome. And were you running your online coaching business at the time, or was that something you started after you got here?
No, I didn't. I started when I came here. Yeah.
That's
That was
awesome.
also one of my plans. Like I want to start my coaching like when I get there.
Love
I've
that.
thought about it and I knew how I wanted to do it, but I haven't actually started.
Yeah.
So
How cool. How did you like when you decided to come here, did you leave your family behind there? Like how did you cope
yeah.
emotionally with that?
It was honestly like really hard because at that time, yes, I left my family behind. All my family is in back home in Mexico. Um, but I like so I lost my mom in December last year. So I came here in March.
Mhm.
So it was just like 3 months. So I left my family behind and I also left like my mom in a way,
Yeah.
but I knew I needed to leave for me, and like I was living at with my dad. We needed like the time, like we both needed time. 'Cause we were both at the house and we were like sad and we were
Yeah.
not helping each other. It was like he was sad or I was sad, and we were like, we couldn't help each other. So we needed like time to like both process like what we were going through, you know, because it was not easy. And it was when I remember the day that I got here and I was like, I can't do it. Like,
Mhm.
I want to go back. I want to go back so bad. And like, I won't be able to do it. Like, I'm not strong enough to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what my mom and we talked about this like almost every day. Like, it was like, you need to leave. You need to leave. You need to leave. But I was so attached to her, like,
Mhm.
that I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't leave her. We went through so much together. I just couldn't leave her.
Yeah. Oh man, that's making me tear up as well.
I'm like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, we share that pain, and I know what that feels like to some degree. Obviously, I think everyone's grief and loss journey is different in some way, but it's definitely hard. But hearing how your mom encouraged you and
yeah,
was like a support and like a cheerleader for you to go, like on one hand, it's hard to be there by yourself. Like, I'm not strong enough. I've not done this before. On the other hand, it's like my mom wanted this for me.
yeah. That's what, honestly, that's what kept me going. Like, mom, like, send me something like that. I'm doing the right thing, but coming here, like, and being here. I left my dad. Like, I also felt really bad for him because, like, he's all by himself. And
Yeah.
sometimes I still think, like, am I doing the right thing? It's
Mhm.
also like, I need to, like, live my life. I
Yeah.
cannot, like, keep staying there because I need to, like, be now. Now I'm taking care of something else. Like, I need to do my life and I need to, like, keep going and keep chasing my dreams and keep doing them because that was make what makes me happy, but also part of me and my heart. It's like, should I go back home? You know?
You always have like that maybe lingering connection to them and that feeling of like, am I leaving them behind by being
Uh-huh.
here pursuing my life? But then you also recognize like by living your life, you're not getting stuck in that type of sadness cycle that you guys were in.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah, I know that's
So,
really tough, like being somewhere new too without your family. Like, I literally moved a couple months after my mom passed as well. And I was like looking forward to doing all of that stuff with her, like finding it. And she had already
uh-huh.
moved like months before. And so when she passed, it was like, whoa, now I think you don't just grieve the life you had with them, but the life you thought you were going to have with them
Yeah.
too.
I feel like I think you can, like, still, like, feel that you're doing something. I was like, like, this is what we've planned, like, so many times, like, and you're not here with me. Yes, I'm doing it by myself and I feel so good, but a part of my heart, like, feel like wants you here, and you're here in a way. I just want to, like, hug you so bad, like,
Yeah.
and be with you so bad.
Exactly. It's like when people say like, "Oh, they're here in spirit." I'm like, "I agree, but
Yeah,
they're not. It's
yes, but
different."
they're
Like,
not here. Yes.
yes, yeah,
Like, she's always gonna be here with you. Like, yes, eventually with time, I know she's here. Like, and I know she's like, I talk with her every day, and sometimes I cry with her every day.
yeah.
Sometimes it's happy tears, sometimes it's sad, but she's always here. But it's never gonna be the same.
No, exactly. And it's just a testament really to the love you had for her that you feel that way and you continue that relationship and you speak with her in that way and you miss her because I think missing someone is like an extension of the love that we had for them.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
So when you lost your mom, like walk us through like what was happening in her life and yours and maybe how that affected your journey.
Well, like we've been we went through so much together. Because she was going through so much also. So we became really attached. Like we were together, I'm not lying, 24/7 every day.
Yeah.
Um, she had a hard time like with eating disorders. So short story, whatever. Yes, she was my mom. She was a grown woman, but she was struggling, and that's the truth. Like no one wants to talk about it, but it happens. It
Mhm.
happens, and I remember my mom dealing with this like since I was 5 years old. I'm not lying. But when I eventually when I grew older, I was like, it hurts. It hurts to see my mom struggling so bad, and in a way that affected me too, because I was like, um. Am I doing something wrong? And I always felt judged because I was eating too much. So I was like I shouldn't eat all my food because like I'm eating so much. Like, is it too much? Am I doing something wrong? Is this like not normal? Um, so it was kind of like her and me, you know?
Yeah.
And we talked like with my sister, like we have to do something, we have to do something, we have to help her because this is getting like so bad, and she's getting like so sick. Um, the first time I remember she was really sick, I was like maybe like 15 years old, 14. She was at the hospital like for a month, like so bad, like so bad. And but sometimes like you don't realize how an eating disorder, how like how far it can go, like because honestly, like no one talks about it, and
Yeah.
uh, it's just as normal as no other disease, but no one talks about it. So she was really sick then, and we were like, you have to do something. And that kept going for years until like 4 years ago, we decided to do something and like, okay, like we're doing something. And mom, like this can't keep happening again. So I became like even more attached to her because we actually like did something for her, and we went to a clinic, and like we went through like a process with her. And well, I was with her the whole time. So we became like even closer. She was my best friend. So everything was going great. Like she was doing good. Of course, like it's always hard, and it's always like a part of you like that goes back to like the eating disorder. But she was she was happy again. And like you never know what's coming on. Like what's coming, like what life's throwing at you. Um and she like her body was like so tired, and she just like couldn't do it anymore. And that was like a flag for me, like don't ever like feel like you're doing something wrong doing what you're doing or eating what you're eating, because you're not. And like see that like it's the clear example that you're not doing anything wrong. So when I'm like sometimes right now, like um I'm I get scared, like what if like my off season, like if I get too fat and like I'm judged. But then it's like, look, like you have the perfect example. Don't repeat the same thing. Like don't. And like, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
that like, it's hard. I know. And you're a competitor too. Like, it's hard.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um, but that's what keeps me going. Like just her. Like I love these. I love doing bodybuilding. Like keep going, keep going. Even if you're scared of the new things that are coming for you now that you're a pro. Like you're a pro, and I'm taking a long off season because I really want to do good and I want to be a good one. And so like when I step off stage for Patriots, I was like, okay, like I need an off season, and I haven't had one since forever. Are you ready? Like this is gonna be hard. This is a challenge, but you you have the perfect example and the perfect like keep going. Like don't give up. Like do it, do it, do it. You got it, you know?
Yes. I think that it's a really good thing that you see it that way. It shows how much like reflection you've really done and like you trying to be there to support your mom and you witnessing her go through all of that and be there for her. And it like showed you what like some of those disordered thoughts were telling her that, you know, like you don't want to be telling yourself that, especially when you're trying to grow and improve as an athlete.
Yes. So that's my thing right now. Like don't get in your head, like keep going, keep pushing yourself. Like you're gonna do great. You're gonna look great. Like do it. It's worth it.
It's so
And
worth
I
it.
know it's gonna be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, like look at what you've already created in a year alone.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes. Like it felt like so much like time. But now when I think about it, it was just a year, you know, like just 1 year. And so it's like be be proud of yourself because you achieved a lot in a year. So like what another year can do to you, like what's expecting me for next year, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. Yeah.
I love that. Like you're thinking, okay, maybe the sacrifice right now is the lean, super tight, stage ready physique. And you saw
Yeah.
your mom struggle with her body image, and it influenced you as a child and growing up and how you viewed your own eating decisions. But with bodybuilding, it sounds like you've learned like the value of nourishing your body and training and keeping yourself going.
Yes. Yeah. It honestly like it's been my place. Like it saved me, and I I don't know what I've done with everything that happened without bodybuilding. Like it's my it's my place. It saved me, and it's gotten me to like have so many like friends, good friends that I love them. I have my friends for like my like whole life friends, but it's something different with the friends that like the bodybuilding friends when you like like talk about the stuff that you both love. So sometimes when you're like talking with a just like my friends that I love to death back home, well, I can't talk about bodybuilding because they don't get it.
Right.
So sometimes it's like you get so excited talking about bodybuilding, so like having someone to chat about that. It's like really fulfilling, like it makes me really happy.
Yeah, and it's almost like a renewed perspective because the people who understand it won't see it as like a negative thing or won't judge you or ask you a lot of questions. Instead, it's like, I
Yeah.
totally get what you're doing.
Yes. Yes.
So, did your family ever worry about you getting into competing and bodybuilding given your mom's history?
I think, yeah, they did. Like, they never told me that they were worried, but I could feel it. That they were like, what is she gonna do? Like, what way is she taking? Or what's like, is this gonna be good for her or not? Is this gonna affect her in a way? So they know, like, well, like, closer to a show, you get like on really low calories and like high cardio and everything. So they saw that, and they were like, she's not eating or she's not eating enough, and she's like really skinny for them. For them, it's like skinny, right?
Yeah.
Um, what's gonna happen? Like, is she okay? Is she doing good? Is she following the same path as her mom? Because she was so close to her. So, like, I could feel that they were worried. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
How do you put like their mind at ease, or how do you personally view like food and your body now as a competitor compared to growing up and witnessing how your mom looked at food and her body?
I think I just like I never told them anything. I just like kept things going, so they saw that I was like that because I was doing this, and that was part of the journey, you know? So I never told them anything, and they never told me anything. They just like, how are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm tired because of like I tried to explain, but I didn't like never like directly like told them something. I tried to explain them some ways like when you get closer to a show, like you get on really low calories and you're tired, but it's part of it, you know. So that kind of like, oh, okay, like they kind of like understand. And well, like my sister went to the shows with me, so she kind of explained to my dad like that's part of the thing, like it's normal, you know.
Yeah, it's a very different
So
intention compared to like having people on the outside maybe will look at it like disordered, but when you've witnessed someone with an eating disorder and you know your intention is entirely different, you can
it's
see
totally different. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. It's
So,
such a different thing.
yes, that's something that I
I
think a lot of, oh, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I just think a lot of professionals miss the mark on it when they look at bodybuilders and they think like, oh, that's like disordered. But when you actually have witnessed a disordered eating, or you really look at the
Yeah.
criteria for it, it's such a different mentality.
Yeah. It's I've dealt with the eating disorder, not that like in a way
Yeah,
when I was younger, and it's not the same thing. Like it really isn't.
right.
It's
Intention
not.
is everything. It's like how you
Yeah.
think about it is
Why are you doing it? Why are you not eating, or why are you eating? Like everything has a purpose, you know? So you're
exactly
doing it for a specific day, for a specific week or whatever. You're not doing it for the long term, you know, as it was as an eating disorder.
right.
So it's really different. You have to learn to like, okay, like, am I doing this because I really have something else going on, or it's because I want to accomplish my goals,
Right.
you know?
100%.
So
It's a very
I
different
think
thought.
about it that way. Yeah.
So when you were growing up and you were witnessing your mom do that, you said that there were times you would think in your head, like, am I doing something wrong? Or am I eating too much? Is this normal? How did you like prevent yourself from actually going down the same path? Was it because you danced and did soccer? Was it because you just saw how it affected her?
Yes, I saw how it affected her, but that was when I was older. When I was younger, um, I just did so much exercise that I was just so hungry, you know?
Yeah.
So I just ate too much because I was hungry. Because I like I left school and I went like for for soccer. Then I went like dancing. Then I went like to the gym. Then I went to Pilates. So I was hungry. I
Yeah.
was really hungry. So I remember my mom told the lady that worked at my house and did the food, like, don't give her so much food. That's too much. And I was like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, am I doing something wrong? But I couldn't like I couldn't help myself. I was so hungry.
Yeah.
And but I was also like I ate it, but I was scared, you know, like, oh, like my mom, like she's gonna like hide the food from me. But then when I went to play soccer at IMG, well, I was by myself, and the food there was like honestly the best food I've ever had in my life. So there was no mom, and that was my turning point. Like, okay, you don't have your mom, and you're eating everything you want, and you're good, and you're happy. So
Mm.
you know what's the thing? Like, don't feel bad. Like, just, you know, like
Yeah.
everything's perfect. Like, I was honestly, that was the best year of my life. I had so much fun. I had the best food, the best friends. It was the best year I could ever ask for.
Oh,
So, yeah.
that's cool. It's almost like that experience gave you the opportunity to have independence and also see how other people eat and function who do what you do. And you saw like,
Uh-huh.
oh, it
Like,
is normal.
I thought, oh, yeah, like, oh, like I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, everyone's eating as much or like even more than me, like what's no one cares. No
Yeah,
one cares about what you're eating. Like honestly, like no one cares. So,
exactly.
hmm
What
so
was it
that
like
was like
seeing your mom go through treatment?
I didn't hear you. I lost you.
What was it like seeing your mom go through treatment?
Oh, it was it was really, really hard for us, like as a family, because we left her there. Like, are we
Uh,
doing the right thing? Like, we left my mom there, and like, is it is it gonna help her or is it's not? Because well, she was having a hard time, right? She was
yeah,
like, get me out of here, like right now, because I don't want to be here. So that was a big part, and also like seeing her like going through so much and like getting into feelings that she never thought she had, like going deep, deep, deep inside. Like, why was she like going through the eating disorders? Like, what made her go like since she was little? And so like as a family and as like a person and like as a daughter, it was really hard because you can you can just help her at, at you have to stop at some point because she's my mom, I'm her daughter and I owe her that respect. So I could help her, but at some point I have to like keep that boundary.
absolutely. Yeah.
She's my mom and I have to respect her.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's such a difficult place to be in as a daughter.
Yeah, it was really hard, but it made me grow so much as a and I think it also like helped my family in a way. Like, yes, it's the worst thing that it happened to us, but it also made us really close.
Yeah.
Like I before everything happened, I never talked with my sister, honestly. Like, not that we didn't talk, but it was just like, hey, how are you? Good, good. How are you? Okay, like see you later, bye. And right now, like we talk every day. She comes to every show. She's there every step of the way. Like
Mhm.
so, like from the bad things, like good things came. Like it's not everything is being bad. Like you know. So like when I'm sad and everything, like okay, like yes, these happened to you, and it really like sucks. But wow, like you have so many great things also. Like you have your family, your sister, you have friends, you're living your dream, you got your pro car, you're training in a really cool gym every day, you have a good trainer, you have a good coach, like everything's good.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that's like that gratitude is so helpful. And then other times, at least for me, what I found is I'm like, you almost don't want anything good to have come from the passing of someone you loved. It's almost like hard to accept, like, yes, it brought the family closer, but then it's like, oh, I wish it didn't have to come that way.
Yes, sometimes we learn the bad way, but that honestly, like that made us a family again.
Hmm.
So like it's hard to accept it that it was that way, but it's also the truth. Like it's true. That
Yeah.
happened. And you cannot change it. So like keep going.
Definitely. I love your outlook on life and how, you're so grateful to be where you are and you're doing what you love. And there's so much to be excited about. And you have your family support and you didn't give up when you wanted to. Were there or was there a turning point when you moved there and you're like, I'm not strong enough to do this? Was there any turning point where you're like, no, I can do this. I'm gonna do this? Are you a competitor looking to make mental gains and further your personal development? Are you struggling with the post show blues or feeling the pressure of prep? Maybe you're lost somewhere in the middle and not sure what's next. If you really want to make peace with food, your body, and your goals, then I highly recommend you check out my competitor card deck, which can be found at www.celestial.fit/cards. This is a free resource for competitors, and the deck includes 3 different series. One is affirmations and I am statements, another is the thought-provoking question prompts that you could journal on or just think about, and the last deck includes action steps with specific mentorship that is going to support you in those areas of which I just mentioned. So whether you're looking to feel better in your own skin, develop a healthier relationship with food, feel more motivated, connect deeply with yourself, or really get into your mindset to bring you closer to your goals, then these cards are for you, and I would love to see you utilizing them. Again, you can visit www.celestial.fit/cards to download yours right away.
Yes, like I've always tried to like repeat myself, like, yes, like I can do it. I can do it. And eventually, like I believed it, like, yes, I can do it. Because I've been telling myself that even though like I felt like I couldn't, but I was like, no, yes, you can do it. But so like I did Patriots and I got my national like my qualification for nationals and I did USA
Mhm.
and I got first callouts. So I was like, wow, like I did it and it's coming good. And so I was like, okay, well I got first callouts at USA. It's like I'm doing it on the show,
Yeah.
why not? And I did NPC nationals and it went so bad. I did terrible, honestly. So I was like, damn, like it feels so sad. Like maybe yes, maybe I'm not good enough, you know? And
Mhm.
maybe I can't do it. But I was like, okay, like the feeling's fresh, like stepped out of stage, like, keep going. And if, honestly, like if you feel like you can't, like, well, like that's gonna be another thing, But I kept going, I kept going. I took like a mini off season. Um, I changed coaches. I changed my coach. Um, someone that like a coach from Mexico. His name's Oscar. And I wanted to like someone that had the same like culture as me, like someone that speaks Spanish, like that could understand me, that I could tell him like express myself, like in Spanish, like me siento mal. I'm not feeling it. I don't want like I just wanted to be like able to like let it all out, you know?
Yeah.
So I changed my coach. I'm still with him. We actually like we started working together in like December.
Mhm.
Our first show was junior nationals and we got it, our
Yeah.
first show together. Yeah. So I'm still with him and I'm really happy with him. Also like I've been training with Brad for a year now and that's also like been okay. I'm talking about so many things at the same
That's
time. Okay.
okay. It's great.
After nationals and I was like honestly like feeling so sad, like wow, like why, like I came from these and now I feel like that.
Yeah.
Should I keep going or like just um stop, you know? But I was like, no, I'm not stopping. I'm giving this another chance, like it's too soon to give up. Like 2 shows? Like why? Like no, it's too soon. Like people have been doing this forever. You have 2 shows. Keep going. Give it another shot. Give Oscar like the chance. Like he's been really great for you and he's been great to you. So I was like, I'm doing every show this year. Like, I'm doing it and I'm getting it. Like, I don't know where, in what show, but I'm doing it. So yes, I started like working my ass off at the gym and out of the gym. And I was like, I'm doing junior nats. And then like the times like started coming and I was like, no, no, no. Brad, Oscar, like I think like maybe like we should wait longer. Like I don't think I can do it. And they were like, Brad was like, B, like shut up, like shut up, like get out of your mind. Like, he was always like, I love him. Like he pushes me like every day. Like when I'm tell him something like negative or something, he's like he never like he
Can't
doesn't
hear
even
you.
listen. He's like
Yeah.
he's like yeah. I was like, Brad, but do I look good? Or like do I look bad? And he's like, yeah, two more sets. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, and Oscar, like poor Oscar, like I felt it terrible. Like every day I was like, but coach, like, do you think like it's the right timing? Like, am I gonna be ready? Like, it was like, stop asking. Like, so this time came and I was getting ready, like peak week, and like everything like started to like not coming, like
Mm.
thing. Like, first of all, I was flying on Wednesday, and on Tuesday, I talked to my dad and I was like, Dad, my flight and whatever. And we figured that I didn't have a flight. They canceled the flight. And my dad got an email, but he never saw it. So he never told me. So I didn't have a flight.
No.
So I was like, okay, Dad, so maybe this is like a sign for me to like, don't do it. And he was like, maybe this is a sign for you like to like do it. And I was like, no, I don't see the thing this way. Like, mm-mm. And he was like, well, like, if you cancel, I'm gonna be so disappointed at you. So I was like, I can't disappoint my dad, my family, me, Oscar, and Brad. Like, that's too much people
That's too
to
much.
disappoint in one weekend. But I was like, honestly, like, I didn't feel it. Like, I was like, everything inside me is telling me, like, don't do it, don't do it. Like, my heart's fighting me, like, don't. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. And then I saw all these girls online and Instagram, and I was like, damn, like, how am I gonna do it? You know? So I booked another flight, got there, my sister got there, and we were like, well, I was like, well, I'm here. Let's just do it. My flight got delayed, like everything was mess. I got there like at 3 a.m. But I was like, okay, I'm here now. I'm here now and I have to do it. I cannot quit being here, after everything. But I was still telling my dad, like, no, I'm not doing it. No. And he was like, well, like he got mad at me actually. Like, no, yes, you're doing it because you're there and
Yeah.
you're not a quitter. Like, you're not. Like, you've never quit on anything. Like, why is this gonna be your first time quitting? Like, this is so easy. Like, you've come through so much, and this is gonna make you quit? No, this is not my daughter. Like, no. So I was like, okay. And well, yeah, Saturday came, and the big day was there. And I was the last competitor. Like, we were like 20, like, I was 20. So I was the last one on stage. So when they did the callouts, I was the last one. So like they called like number one, number two, number three, number four. And I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even get like top five. Like I knew it. Like I shouldn't have come. And then like competitor number 20, like, and I was like, well, okay, like I did it. Like I'm top five. Um, I'm happy. Now I can like I'm happy, you know?
Got back up
Cause
there
after
in the top call
cause
out.
cause like after my national show, like being like second call out, I was like, what's gonna happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so and then like they just like straight moved me to the center with this other girl that looks so good. Um, that she just won her pro card at USA, and I'm so happy for her. She
Aw.
honestly, like, she deserved it. She looked so good. Um, and I was like, wow, like I'm top two, but just the first place gets the pro card. Like, am I getting it or not? So I was like with my sister, like, wow, like I'm so happy, but I'm also so nervous because like if I get second, like I got second, like I was so close, but I didn't get it. And she was like, just wait, just wait. And like as my number was like her, the last one, so like it started with three, and the other one started with like 299. So when if they told like if three, it was me, you know?
Yeah.
Or when they said like second place two, oh, like I won, you know? So
Yeah.
when I like felt like I can't explain what I felt like, it was just like I still like get me like it was the best feeling ever. Like I was so happy. I'm still so happy because I know I've worked so hard. Like I know everyone on that stage works so hard because like no one like we're like those like 1% on the world that we
Exactly.
do this. So everyone, I know everyone works so hard, but I was talking like about me, like it made me feel so good. Like, and my dad was like so happy, and that I just felt like it felt so good winning it, but it also felt like so much better. All the support that I had, like, where's these all like where all these people coming from? Like, wow, you know, my heart so full, and I'm so grateful for everyone like that was there with me. It was just such a special moment, um, being there and having the experience of like winning my pro card when I thought there was no chance of me getting it, you know? Because
Yeah.
that was the show that I felt more like insecure about myself because everything, you know?
Hmm.
So I was so insecure. I was not expecting it and I got it. So it was something like it was really a feeling that I've
Yeah.
never experienced before. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I love that story, like going from doubting yourself and almost not showing up to then getting into the top two and being like, is it me or is it not? And then you get it and your name is called and your moment of victory happen. And did the doubt you faced leading into that come from having been like last call outs in your last
Yeah,
event?
part of. Yes, definitely. It was a great thing, you know, like how am I gonna win if I place like 12 or something like that on my last show? Like doesn't make sense, you know?
Yeah.
But then I was like, just do it. Do it. Like don't think too much. That's always like, Brad's always telling me that like be don't think too much. Just enjoy. And
Mm.
it's something that I'm not good at it right now, but I'll get there. I'll get there.
Well, the thinking has served you a lot because you've shown up and you've brought something really great and
Yeah,
you've been
in a
structured.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you won your pro card, you then went on a month later to go and do your pro debut. So what was your
Yeah.
feedback after earning your pro card that made you decide to do your pro debut?
After I won my pro card, I was like everyone was waiting for Sandy, of course, to give feedback. So I wanted my feedback too. So I was like, okay, like she was like, well, like you're so tall that I need to see you like with the like the pros that are not that tall, and some of them are, some of them not. So I need to see you there. And I was like, well, like what do you like? And she was like, I think that you should step on stage and like see from there, you know? And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. And I was like looking at the shows and I told her like Patriots, and she was like, "Oh, like I'm actually judging that show," and I was like, "Wow, like that's my first show. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do Patriots, yes." And after Patriots, my feedback was, well, my yeah, my feedback was that I needed more size, like more fullness, because as I'm so tall, standing with other like shorter competitors, like I can look like really lean and
Mm.
so yeah, I'm focusing like on building some more muscle overall, like upper body, then glutes, everything. And next time I step on stage, like it's a whole different thing. So I'm gonna work for that.
That's so awesome. So what are you doing right now to focus on that? And when are you hoping to step on stage again?
I've nothing planned, honestly. Like I just want to see how things go, and how my body like responds. But I want to do like something, I want to say like March, April next year.
Oh, so kind of
That's my plan, and I hope. Well, it feels like forever, but if I'm not ready, like I'm not gonna push it. Like I want to be good, so I'm gonna step on stage when I'm looking as a pro.
Yeah, I get that. That'll
It
be
was
great.
nice to do my pro debut and everything, but I know in order to do good, I need more. So like I need more time.
What's your ultimate goal in the sport?
Well, you know what I'm gonna say? Like I want to go to the Olympia, like
Yeah,
win. First of all, like win a show, right? But I want to go. Like I want to go so bad.
absolutely. I love asking because I love hearing people declare that they want to get there and that's their
Yeah, like you know the answer, but you want to hear them saying like I want to go and I'm gonna go. Like I'm gonna do everything that's on my power to like go.
exactly. And I
So
believe you
that's
can.
my goal. That's
Yeah.
my goal.
You've accomplished and achieved so much. Like, you didn't just come to America to start a new life. You came to America from a country where your family lives all by yourself to pursue a sport you've not even stepped on a stage for yet. And you crushed it in your first year. Like, you made it happen even against like doubts or things not going your way. So, who's to say you won't get there, right? Like you will achieve that goal no matter
I want
what.
to think that I'll get it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
Yes.
your what's your mentality like day to day? Like how do you prime yourself mentally maybe before the gym or after or just day to day to keep you in that mindset?
I just try to think about it like it's one more day, like it's one day. And if you think about it, it's like, yeah, it's one day. Like it's not gonna change anything. But it's one day like to like be better and do better. And like you're one day if you're one day like more. So that one day, that starts to like, you know? So like
Yeah.
every day is like it's one more day for you like to be closer to your goal, to get on that stage. So
Mm.
like stand up, go to the gym and train as hard as you can, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. It's like one day at a time, one meal, one rep, one day at a
Yeah,
time.
like yeah. It's one day, but it's a day. It's a
Yeah.
day that you either like lose or like win. So I see it like as small daily wins, like
Yeah.
because sometimes it's hard and I'm tired and everything is like, I don't want to go. But as soon as I get there, it's like I just love this. Like I
Yeah.
love being here. Like even if I don't work out or it's just like something about being there that makes me feel so good.
Yeah, it's like a different energy and the identity
Yeah.
too. Like when you're working out at the gym you work out at, like when I went there, I was like, it's just a different vibe here.
Yeah, it is. And I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, like you're literally training among the best and you became one of the best, and that says a
So
lot.
you see them and it's like yeah, like I want to be one of them. Why not? Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, you're you have a long way to go, but keep going. Like don't stop. Like it's your dream. Like why would you stop? Even when you feel like you're not good enough, like it's your dream. It's my dream. No one can tell you you're not good enough.
Mm. You're speaking life over here. I'm like soaking that in. I'm like gonna replay that later. Like if I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna be like Viviana's
Oh, I'm
episode.
sorry in advance to everyone that's listening to this and like my English, but I'm doing my best.
Oh my gosh, you were worried about that in this whole episode. I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing.
I used to be like when I first got here, everyone thought that I couldn't speak English because I was like, yes, no, mm-hmm, mm-mm. And
How
it's so
did you
funny because like I don't know, I kind of like just I was like, I don't care anymore. If I say something wrong, just like I'll ask me and I'll repeat it again, but like I won't stop, you know?
Hmm.
That won't stop me. Like sometimes I know I said something wrong, but I'm like, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's understandable. And I think like people who speak English will hear it and be like, "Oh, I know what she's trying to say." And even if not,
Uh-huh,
just ask and it's all good.
uh-huh. Yeah, ask and I'll repeat it or something, but I think you can tell what I'm trying to say, you know?
Yes, yes. So, what does a normal day look like for you with, obviously your goals as a competitor, you're training other people, you're doing posing coaching. What's a normal day like start to finish like for you?
It changes a lot depending on like if I have sometimes I don't have many plans to do like online plans or something, so like I wake up like like do some meals and everything for the day, and then like head to the gym, do my cardio, and then like come here, like shower, blah blah blah. And like if I have to do like run some errands or I have to do work, sometimes I like do my online clients like a sessions, like some sessions to explain them some exercise or anything, or just like hang out with some friends, um go for a walk if I'm feeling like down or something. When I got here, I was in school,
Mm.
so I was doing that. Like I was doing school on the afternoons. Right now, like I'm done with school, so like I try to like get into like some online like courses or like to keep learning.
Yeah.
So like I I just finished one and I did one like 2 months ago, and it was more about like eating disorders and that. I wanted to like get more into it and understand some things. So I did that. So in the afternoons I was doing that. So it kind of like changes. Like I want to like keep like learning. So I try to like, you know, do
Yes.
that.
That's so
Or
awesome.
eventually like if I want to like take my coaching to the next level, I'm well prepared, you know, like I have everything that I need to know.
Yeah.
So
What did
it
you study?
changes a lot.
What did you study in?
Um, I want nothing to do with it. I studied like economics and like finance stuff and like nothing to do with fitness and zero fitness related. Yeah.
Why did you study
But
that?
I just felt like it could help me in a way when I do my own for my own business, you know,
Yeah.
to getting to know like everything, like how like keep my money, spend my money, how to save my money, like where to give like spend my money, where not to like just thought it was something like wherever I choose like whatever like path I chose to take, it will help me.
Yeah.
So I think I thought about that. it was hard because I'm not like passionate about it, but it's good, you know?
Definitely. I think that's super awesome that you did that and you
Yeah.
saw, even if it's not a field you wanted to go into, you saw how it could apply to the work you're doing.
So like, yes. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, it says a lot about you too, that you've been able to build your business as well while living out there. And you said you do posing coaching as well. I'm curious if your dance background plays a role in how you coach posing.
Um, I don't know because I was not a good dancer. But I don't think I'm like yeah, I think it helped because I know like the movement or like the flow it helped, but I was not a good dancer, but I'm a good poser.
Yeah. Yes, you are. I love that.
Yeah, and it's my posing right now it's mostly in back home in Mexico, but I would really like to like do it. Like I just started with the posing, so I'm still learning about like how it works, you know?
Yeah, that's super awesome. So you coach a lot of people from Mexico.
Yes, mostly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're really making an impact in your where you grew up.
Yeah, yeah,
Aw.
yes. And every time I go home, like I feel it feels so different that when I was home, like living there, like everyone's like really like, wow, like I'm so proud of you. Like I saw you starting from like a little girl and now you're a pro and like wow, so like
Mm,
it's really nice to see like you like inspire other people,
yeah,
even though like they don't want some of my coaching girls like they don't want to be competitors.
right.
Well, all of them they don't want to, but knowing that I achieved that motivates them. Like, wow, my coach like she won. Like so like I want to.
Yes. It gives them that feeling like you can
Yes,
help them achieve their goals.
yeah. So it's really and after I won my show, like actually I got so many like clients. It's really nice. It's been really good since then. And so like that kind of like coming coming along.
That's super cool. That's a great success story for you too. Like working towards your dream is helping you to build up other areas of your life and other people's lives.
Yes. Yes, it makes me
So
so happy. And I really love doing this. So
that's the best thing is when you love what you do.
yeah, because it's not work, right? It's just
Yeah,
like,
that's right. That's how I
yeah.
feel, honestly. Like building my business has been just so amazing because I love it. Like
You
I
get
would,
excited.
yes, yeah. Like I literally had a dream the other night that I was like doing a psychoeducational course on binge eating and purging, and I woke up that morning. I'm like, I was working in my sleep too.
In
Like
my sleep, like, what what's going on? Yeah.
my dreams are my reality.
Sorry, my yeah, they are, but that's so cool though. Like it means like you really love what you're doing and you're
Yeah.
really passionate about it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You understand. So before we
Yeah, I
wrap
get
things
it.
up, I would love to hear your best advice. So your best advice for someone who's never competed before but wants to, and then your best advice for someone on their road to pro.
My best advice, it's like I know it's the journey is it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy, but it's worth it. It comes with so many good things. Yes, like there's also like the hard things, but it's like, is it worth it? But I promise you, like, if you really love this, keep going. It is worth it. And like, why not? Like, if you're feeling like down or you're feeling doubts, like, reach out to someone that you like admire and like ask her, like, what made you like do it? How do you do it? Like, what makes you like keep going? Don't be afraid to ask. Like, that could like that could be literally the thing that saves you, like from quitting. Hearing someone else, like, don't give up just like that. Like, ask, do some research, like go to the gym and ask. I don't know, but don't give up. Like if you really feel like this is for you, like don't give up. I didn't, and I'm here. Yes, I have a long way to go, but I did it.
That's beautiful.
So don't give up. Like reach out like to someone, just like, to talk. That's gonna help you.
Mhm.
And for all the girls that are already competing and are doing the shows, someone like enjoy, like enjoy. I wish I've enjoyed like more my road to like MP like junior nats because I was so worried about like what am I gonna look like, if it's gonna be good or not, that I forgot about enjoying it.
Mm.
You know, so like you're doing something that no one does. You're
Mhm.
doing someone that no one does. It's literally the hardest sport ever, and you're doing it. So like enjoy it. That's the best thing you're gonna come with. Enjoy
Mhm.
it. 'Cause that's even if you don't do it anymore after, that's an experience and that's a life experience. So why don't just like enjoy it
I
with
really
whatever outcome you win? Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. But if you don't and you don't want to keep doing anymore, well, you enjoyed the whole process,
love.
you know? So
Yeah.
either way, it's a happy ending.
Yeah, because you enjoyed it regardless of the outcome, because you really like appreciated the process of it.
Yeah.
I love that so much. And I really want people to be able to reach out to you. As you said, that's great advice.
Yeah. If ever, like, if someone wants to reach out to me, like, I'm so happy. Like, wow, she reached out to me. Like, of all the girls in the world, like, she reached out to me. So, like, I would love to, like, anyone reach out to me and ask me, or like, just talk, even if it's not bodybuilding related, like, just like talk. I'm always down. Like, yes.
Oh, I think that's so awesome. So how can people connect with you and work with you or find you and follow your journey?
I'm all on Instagram, like my Instagram, like my personal Instagram, and I have my team. But always like on my personal Instagram, and we can go from there. Like, uh, if someone wants to like get on a phone call or anything, like I'm open to it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's so sweet.
But you
So
know, Instagram is the thing now.
it is the thing. And do you have a website as well?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you guys, her Instagram is Viviana Salazar with an E at the
She,
end and underscore. And
yeah,
so you can follow her there. And of course, I'll put that in the show notes page. That's on celestial.fit/podcast. Not only are you going to see her links and ways to connect with her, but you're also going to see a full summary of this episode, as well as bulleted list of topics we covered and a list of episode timestamps, which is great because if you're sharing this with friends or you want to come back and watch it, you can click on the timestamp on YouTube to go back to your favorite part or let people know what stood out to you. And of course, re-listen anytime. And I appreciate it when you guys share the podcast. It means so much to the athletes too when you reach out and message them. So
yes,
definitely let them know, let Viviana know how this impacted you as well.
yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. You're just such a
Thank
bright light.
you.
Seriously. You're amazing.
Thank you for having me. Like honestly, like I'm so glad like we connected and when Adam told me about you, I was like, yeah, like I've heard it through podcast. Like why not? Like yes, yes.
Yes. I'm so glad it worked out that way too, and that he connected us because you're so sweet and kind. And I'll probably be hitting you up for more conversations, just
Yes,
girl
do it.
chats. I can tell you're an amazing friend, and I appreciate you coming on. And to everybody listening, hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, night, or morning, wherever you're in the world while you're listening to this episode. Just make it awesome.